An interest in many things. When I moved a motion for an emergency ban on climate change, for example, Julie was there beside me to second the motion. We have worked together on animal protection issues, we've worked together on a number of issues, and we share an interest in food policy as well. And I come to it by virtue of, in some ways, my own passion for it, but especially my wife's passion for it, as she's a chef and nutrition professor at George Brown. And when we were hosting this meeting, she said, "You have to host on a night that I'm available because I want to come and make sure I see Dr. David Jenkins speak." So I'm really glad that Dr. Jenkins could join us. I'm really glad that you are able to join us. Julie is also chair of our Liberal Food Policy Caucus, so I'd be interested in Julie saying a few words as well. And welcome, Julie, to say a few words about that.
Thank you. So I'm Julie DeBrusen, and I am the chair of the Liberal Food Caucus. I come to it because my background was working with a lot of our local farmers markets and working on a lot of food waste issues as well, and working with local people about how do we address food insecurity issues and how can we better deal with it. So very interested about the health piece of it, but also about how can we make sure that everyone has access to healthy food, because we all need it to thrive. And really happy that we can have this conversation today.
And we are lucky to be joined by Dr. David Jenkins, and I first knew of you through my wife's work, but when you read about your work, and I know there are people who work with you here as well who are part of all of your success as well, but maybe explain a little bit about some of your notable accomplishments. I know that you are credited with inventing the glycemic index, for example, but you are a world-renowned researcher in nutrition, and maybe explain a little bit for us your passion for the subject and how you've come to where you are today, and why we invited you here in the first place.
Wow, thank you. Give me a quick overview of your life and why you think your life was even worth it.
Something like that.
That's all right, the quick obituary for you. What do I want on the tombstone? Well, I think, as I say, many thanks for donating, many thanks to Julie for setting this up. I think this is a tremendous occasion, and one that I would like really to give time for people in the audience to ask questions, because I think those are probably the more important things. And I want to thank my own colleagues who are back here for coming, and also for all the support that they've given and that we've given to each other over the years, which I think has made a great deal of difference. My own interest has been in plant-based diets. Relatively recently, I've done studies on plant-based diets because I was doing research on things that were plant-based diets for many years before that, but trying to keep it away from my philosophical bent, which was that we should be eating more plant foods for not only health, but also for planetary health and for animal welfare, which I thought were tremendously important issues that need to be addressed. Because frankly, as David Katz often says at the bottom of his letters, if we live on a planet which we've destroyed, which has no other species, it's not much point talking about food or food security, because there will be no food security. So I think we have to look after these issues. They are major issues, and so I think that has inspired a lot of the work that we're doing, and those of my colleagues at the back here very much so too. So I think we've all been thinking about these issues, and those are the reasons why we've been working in this direction. It does happen, that these foods seem to be particularly good for health if taken in the right proportion. So I think that's important. But I do say, and I say to all of you, that I think the value of nutrition in the future is going to be to create a food plan and dietary plan which is sustainable and good for the planet's health. And then out of those foods, we will select those foods which are good for human health, good for sustainability, and good for a degree of equity so everyone can benefit from these foods.